Did you know that Kim Kardashian first appeared on TV as Paris Hilton's stylist? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Up to Speed with David. If this is your first time here, I'm David, and here at Up to Speed, I chat with really interesting people about really interesting things. Everything from career to life advice from pros who are slaying it. And today, the category is CEO. Or is it face? Or is it both? Let me just get you up to speed. A beauty boss with a story, a former Wilhelmina model turned celebrity makeup artist, a pioneer who helped redefine what beauty looks like, a woman who took everything she learned and built her own empire. She's worked with everyone from Tom Cruise and Toni Braxton to John Legend and beyond. Founder and CEO of Glamazon Beauty, and someone who believes your best feature is your personality. It is my absolute pleasure to get up to speed with the stunningly beautiful Kim Baker.
Hi, honey, how
Oh,
are
I'm
you?
so good. I'm so happy to be doing this with you.
Me too. Yep. So am I. We did something else together before, and the energy and the synergy was just amazing.
You have incredible energy, and why I wanted to sit with you is because you also have an incredible story. And you have,
Having an incredible truth.
right, that part.
Yeah.
And you have such an incredible career as well. Like you started out in front of the camera
Great.
as a model, and
Mhm.
now you're on the other side. And my first question to you is what inspired you? What was the moment that you said, you know what, I want to take everything I learned in front of the camera and now translate it to my artistry behind the camera as a makeup artist?
I just saw there wasn't enough representation for us, beautiful melanated brown women. Everybody just wasn't enough love and commitment to products for us and people being knowledgeable about our melanated skin, our multi-dimensional skin. So I really felt like I learned so much as a model that I wanted to be a voice and a figure for women to know that somebody out here is thinking of us and somebody out here understands uh, through years and years of trial and error of going through having to mix my own foundations on set and having to show up makeup ready. I mean, all the things that come along with being beautiful, brown, and melanated. So,
And I guess that makes me ask, what did modeling teach you that still shows up today for you as not just a makeup artist, but a CEO, a founder?
confidence, confidence. When but I have to say, it wasn't so much the modeling industry that built me up as much as my mother. My mother worked on me and always told me I was beautiful and smart and kind. And she always expressed that those are the things that matter. Even though you might be attractive, the person that you represent as far as who you put out there as a character, as your character, that is what is going to stand the test of time. So my mom had me understand that early. And so, I try to be kind to everyone. I try to be representative of all the things that I think women of color, not that I center everything so much around women of color, but I am a woman of color. So that's a real thing for me. That's just always been at the forefront of everything for me.
And I think that's why we vibe so much because I'm a mama's boy deep at heart. And you just give this like mothering, nurturing energy anytime I'm
Yeah.
with you that I'm like, I just feel like I want to like cuddle up next to Kim Baker.
Yes, well, come on. Yep, I am the same way. I truly love people. And I think when people meet me, they can tell that. But let me just share something with everyone. Um, I'm at a point in life where I have far more days behind me than I have in front of me. And so therefore, I try to take in every good person's smile, every good person's light, because there's this thing that always stays in I get so emotional when I think about this. There's this thing that I've always heard from people is that when you're leaving this earth, you flash back to every point of your life. And I can't talk about that without getting emotional, but that's important to me is that, I might never see you again, not you, but I might never see you again in my lifetime. But if I can carry your smile, your hug, those things mean the world to me. And it's because of where I am in my life and what I have been through in my life. And I'm going to tell you one thing. My journey is a true testament to God's grace and goodness because
Mm.
I wasn't that person that had millions of dollars in the bank, I just stood on feet. So, not to get too far ahead, but
And that no, it's so great that you point that out because I've been going through my own journey, changing my career in the last few years and pursuing my dreams 100% full out. So I completely understand that. And I know that you have a client that you work with who I admire and love so much. I have her book right here, Ms. Bevy Smith, Bevelation.
the doll,
The,
I
the,
love
and it just she's so right. It does get greater later because you have all this history that you're able to bring forward with you.
yes.
And you have a history. I stalked your social media, girl, and I saw a post not too long ago of you at the offices of Essence.
I'm here at Essence with Keely King, Senior Beauty Editor, and we were sitting here going through the archives. This whole thing is archives of Essence Magazine. And look, Grace Jones and then 17-year-old me. What I would give for this body again, okay?
What was that moment like for you at the offices looking back?
Very emotional because I realized I never gave up. I realized that I was a young Black girl from the hood with a dream, and I refused to allow that to stop me. It was emotional because it really allowed me to see I was that chick that just didn't give up.
That's right. And I mean,
And I still don't give up.
right.
I'm tired, but
But
I don't give
isn't
up.
it, I've been hearing people say, isn't it a blessing to be tired doing the thing you love?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn,
You're
honey.
like, maybe.
Yeah, damn. I was trying to have like a sulking moment, but you know what? You brought me back to life. Yeah,
I mean, from Grace Jones to Andy Warhol to Keith Haring, you were in the room with icons.
icons. And let me tell you, honey, the children think today that they know how to party, baby. I promise you, they've been so crazy.
I know the stories of 14-year-old Kim Baker at Studio 54.
Oh yeah. I mean, just imagine dancing on a dance floor. Austin right here next to you. Austin. Just the legends that I have had the pleasure of meeting is just far beyond my own comprehension.
Do you think that normalized greatness for you?
I think it taught me that once again, if you conceive something in your head and you are willing to commit, you can find yourself anywhere.
Mm. And with all the highs that you've had in your life and all these career highlights and hanging out with these icons, yes, I understand that that has helped to get you to where you are today. But I think a lot of times some of the hardest moments in our lives are the ones that really have an impact on how we move forward day to day. And I know you've shared a story previously, and I'd love to talk about it if that's okay, of what you've mentioned to be one of the hardest times in your life. And you were a mother with two young children who was evicted. And the person who took you in, and I bring this up just because of where we are today as a society, the person who brought you in was a Latina woman, a neighbor who just said, "Come on in." And
Boricua.
right, that's right. Um, Given that the national conversation right now is so much around separation and division and hatred, what did that moment teach you about kindness?
Well, you know what? I gotta say, I learned kindness long before that moment, but that was proof of what my mother talked about. This was just a woman that I would just talk to. So I speak both English and Spanish, my background, my cultural background. And I should say Spanglish. But
Same.
she and I would always converse in Spanish and talk and joke and then I would I was one of the only people in the neighborhood that would speak to her. But I was going through something where I was in between jobs, waiting for as a makeup artist, as any type of talent, you wait for checks sometimes 30, 60 days. And I end up getting evicted by my daughter's paternal grandmother. And my stuff, I had to put it out on the street because the constable was coming for me to be out. And when I put it out on the street, she came and she was like, "Where you going?" And I said to her, "I don't know." And she was like, "What do you mean you don't know?" And I told her what happened. She was like, "Oh no, she went and got her husband." And that is just a reflection of when I was just being authentically kind. I didn't realize how much that moment meant to her.
Mm,
Just as I'm sure she didn't realize how much her stepping up for me meant. I literally went from being lost, asking God, where am I going? Please, God, don't let me and my children end up in the YMCA, which is where we were headed. And whew, in that 5 minutes,
mm,
God changed my life.
mm.
She gave me the third floor attic apartment, which was empty. She was planning on using it for storage. She gave it to me. It had one big bedroom and a living room area. And I got there and it gave me like a month to really save and get my check. And then I was able to take her apartment downstairs because but you see how things work? Her tenant downstairs was moving out. So I took that apartment when the tenant moved. But that really got me on my feet. But I will say this, kindness will take you so much further than just what money can do. Because that was somebody literally opening her heart and her home to me in my darkest hour, you know. But I always said that I would use what happened to me to let someone else know you're not alone. You know, we all are going to go through trials and tribulations. Stand on your faith, believe in God, pray, you know. And that is true what saved me is my faith.
I I know you've said a lot of times that you were raised in ballroom culture, and I bring that up because you have this vibrance in this power behind you, and the folks that I know from the ballroom community also have that. And for folks that don't understand how formative that can be, how did it shape your confidence, your sense of self, and who you are today?
Let me tell you something. One thing I get emotional about are the children. And that was the when I say the children. So let me explain something. In ballroom culture, I know I don't have to explain this to you, W, but there's a mother of the house.
Mhm.
And even though I was fortunate enough to have my biological mother be very hands on, I was also very fortunate to have been brought into a circle of people that uh, helped build my confidence even more. Because, you know, growing up a black woman during the time I was growing up, wasn't doing civil rights, of course, but there was still a lot of, we didn't get the love that we get today. The children of the houses showed it to me. I'll never forget when I walked into a ball one time, and it was my first time. Willie Ninja invited, and I guess he had told everybody this girl coming in, Kim, and she's got face. And when I walked in there, when I tell you those kids went crazy,
If anyone's serving face, it's Kim Baker.
oh, thank you. Yeah, the children just they made me feel so welcome.
Well, I think that's why you're so confident in yourself and your career. And I hear you all the time say, like, the only competition that you have is yourself. And you constantly uplift your artistry community, other women, women of color, black women. I think in a world where, and especially in industries where it's all built on comparison, how do you remind yourself on a daily basis, like, I don't need to knock that person down to lift myself up?
Because you don't. There's only one you. I always joke with my daughter about this. I could walk around my entire house and look for anywhere. I could walk to a mall, look for me, and I will never find her. I that exists right here is the only me. That's the only person I can inspire, influence, encourage. I can share things with other people, and it is up to them to take that information and do what they will. But I am solely in charge of me. I'm responsible for me on all fronts, and I'm not worried about what somebody else is doing. God bless them in their endeavors. I love watching other brands, do whatever it is they're doing. I'm responsible for me.
I also see that you, like I said, you uplift your community. What or how do you actively elevate the people around you or the people coming up behind you?
I just encourage people to know that life is a curriculum. We're here to learn. Life is the teacher. We're the student. And that's what it is. I don't think God put me here to make lipstick. Even though I just did, but I don't think he put me here for that. I think I'm here to learn this lesson. I personally think people need to understand that we're all here and we're all in class.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I learn from you every time I talk to you, but now I want to learn a little bit more about you. So we're going to play a game if that's okay.
Okay.
This is David Up to Speed. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. They're fast responses, like one word each. Your goal is to answer as many as possible. Your favorite beauty brand outside of Glamazon Beauty?
Oh, my favorite beauty brand outside of Glamazon Beauty. I would say Bobby Brown.
Cut, crease, or smoky eye?
Smoky eye.
Digital magazine or a real one?
Oh, a real one, baby, all day.
One word to describe these icons you've hung out with. Andy Warhol.
Fabulous.
Bobby Brown.
A genius.
Basquiat.
So cool.
Grace Jones.
Fabulous.
Keith Haring.
Amazing.
Favorite runway you've walked?
Favorite runway? Ozzy and Alaya.
Favorite shoot you've been on as a model?
Vogue.
Would you rather key a photo shoot or a fashion show?
A photo shoot.
Matte or glossy lip?
Both.
Oh, favorite era. Oh, that's time. You did it. That was 12. That was great. Yay. Thank you. That was so much fun, Kim.
That was fun.
Thank you so much. Where can people follow you? Where can people look up Glamazon Beauty?
Oh my goodness. Glamazon Beauty Cosmetics on Instagram, glamazonbeauty.com online. And then we are, and also Makeup by Kim Baker on Instagram. And yes, I do answer everyone. Love chatting with people.
Well, thank you, Kim. Thank you for everything and
Thank
continued
you,
success.
darling. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And give your hubby a big hug for me.
I will. He misses you.
Yes. Yeah, I miss him too.
All right. That was Kim Baker. And to be honest, if that interview were in person, I would have definitely Drew Barrymore'd it down and done it from her lab. Before we wrap, I need to talk to you about the award season scoreboard, because now that we've got Critics' Choice, Golden Globes, and the Actor Awards in the books, patterns are forming. Here is your scorecard of the big categories you need to get up to speed on before the Oscars air on March 15th. Let's start at the top. Best Picture, Critics' Choice went to One Battle After Another. The Golden Globes split the love between One Battle After Another in comedy and Hamnet for drama. And then the Actor Awards gave us Sinners for Best Ensemble, which, let's be honest, is basically their version of Best Picture. So my top two, Sinners and One Battle After Another. I love them both equally, truly I do. But if we are making a prediction, I think One Battle After Another is slowly building a case to take it all the way home. Now, Best Director is not even subtle. Paul Thomas Anderson, Critics' Choice, Golden Globes, Directors Guild, that's a sweep. And historically, when the Directors Guild lines up like that, it's very hard to stop that train. Leading Actress, Jessie Buckley, Critics' Choice, Golden Globes, Actor Awards, also a sweep. At this point, it would be more shocking if she didn't win the Oscar. She has owned this season for Hamnet. Now, leading actor is where it gets interesting. Timothée Chalamet wins Critics' Choice. Timothée Chalamet wins Golden Globe. But then Michael B. Jordan takes the Actor Award for Sinners. And remember, actors voting for actors. That matters. So yes, Timothée has the numbers, but Michael has the industry backing him in the room.
You are shining herald of Michael B. Jordan!
Now, The supporting actor category, chaos. Jacob Elordi wins Critics' Choice. Stellan Skarsgård wins Golden Globe. Sean Penn wins at the Actor Awards. 3 different winners, 3 different voting bodies. That category is wide open, so I say, let's just go with Delroy Lindo. His performance was incredible, and with a career like his, it is time. And now supporting actress is the one I am personally invested in. And I find that every year I have my eye on this one. Always such great performances. In this category, for this year, we have Amy Madigan, who has won the Critics' Choice and the Actors Award. That is real momentum. But Tiana Taylor has won the Golden Globe and is still the name everyone is talking about. The buzz is so loud. I genuinely love them both. I really, really do. Either one would be a great story to tell from the big night. When you look at the scorecard overall, here's the takeaways. Paul Thomas Anderson is sweeping director, no doubt. Jessie Buckley is sweeping best actress. Supporting actor is unpredictable. Supporting actress is very competitive. Leading actor just got very interesting. And best picture, it's a 2-film race in my mind. Now the real question, are we headed for sweeps, or are we about to get one last Oscar night surprise? That's the show, folks. Huge thank you to Kim Baker for joining me today. If you love this conversation and this award season breakdown, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and send this to the friend who treats Oscar night like it's the gay Super Bowl. I'm David, and you are officially up to speed.